Hallo, hallöchen Leute, willkommen wieder zurück zu Genshin Impact. Wir sind hier wieder unterwegs und wollen mal mit den anderen wieder sprechen. Und gucken, was...
We're here!
Ja, da sind sie.
Oh, Traveler and Paimon! Perfect timing! We were literally just saying how there's no way we're holding this victory feast without you any longer, and we would have postponed it till tomorrow.
How are you feeling today?
Much better, thanks. Don't worry about me.
Relieved to hear it. If that changes, just let me know. Happy to check you over at any time.
Oh Gott, das klingt so komisch.
Yep, we're here for you. Anything you need, just let...
Oh wait! Where's Nefer?
How are her eyes doing?
Nefer's right over there. I'm sure she'd love to catch up with you.
Na, mal sehen. Wir haben ja jetzt nichts wirklich was erlebt. Oh, ich würde gerne noch mit Jahoda reden. Nein, können wir nicht. Wir wiederholen einfach nur die Sequenz.
We're
Ja, gut.
here! Oh, Traveler
Kann ich
and
überspringen?
Paimon!
Ich will überspringen.
Perfect!
How are you feeling?
Much
Mir
better.
geht's nicht so
Relieved to
viel
hear.
gut.
Yep,
Ah, weg, 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 weg.
How are her eyes?
Nefer's right over... I'm sure
Weg,
she'd
weg,
love...
weg, weg, weg. Gut. Ich dachte, sonst sagen die immer so kleine Texte, aber diesmal anscheinend nicht. Da ist Nefer. Gut, dann reden wir erstmal mit Barker.
I thought of 1,000 ways to congratulate you, but...
The honorary knight stuns them speechless once again!
Well said. The honorary knight showed us all... the other knights told me that Mondstadt was the first stop on your journey. All of us are truly delighted to count... I'd like to thank you for supporting the Knights of Favonius. And also, for helping us save Nod-Krai.
Nicht der Herr der Wertgroßmeister.
Nonsense! Of course I'm gonna mention it. This is more than just business. It's...
Naja, aber alles in allem haben wir eigentlich diesmal nicht so viel gemacht. Hier war doch noch Dori, genau. Der möchte ich noch eben sprechen.
Hello, you. Recovered from the battle?
Ich habe mich größtenteils erholt, danke. Es rührt mich, dass du fragst. Na, ehrlich gesagt nicht. Ich mag dich nicht so
Come
wirklich.
on, what do you mean? Of course I'm gonna ask. I care about my friend's well-being. And we are friends, aren't we?
Nein, sind wir nicht. Du willst nur mein
Get
Geld.
yourself a drink. You've more than earned it. In fact, today, your drinks are on me. Lord Sangamabe's got you covered.
Da ist doch was faul.
Wow, really? What about Paimon? Has she earned... Well, you haven't been through quite as much as the Traveler, but... what the heck, sure.
Oh, geiler.
Wow! Drinks on Dory! What a historic day.
Nutzt es nicht gleich aus.
Hey, keep your voice down, or everyone else is gonna want in too. Have you heard anything I've been saying recently? Doing business in Nod-Krai has been an absolute nightmare. Okay. Paimon will speak more quietly. Gee, that's more like it. Don't you forget. Lord Sangamabe doesn't just go around buying...
So viel kann das ja auch nicht kosten eigentlich. Was passiert eigentlich, wenn ich mich neben ihr hinsetze? Gerne das. Nichts. Sind hier eigentlich noch irgendjemand anders? Nö. Nee. Ah nee, Densler ist hier noch. Ich dachte, der wäre weggegangen.
I see you've recovered.
You bet. Snoozed your way to a full recovery.
Mir geht's schon viel besser. Danke, dass du nach mir gesehen hast.
Glad to hear it. A healthy body is paramount. Nothing else in life is possible without it. So take it slow. You can't afford an injury.
Ich bin so dankbar, dass du dich letztendlich doch entschlossen hast zu zählen.
Paimon too. You really saved the day when you swooped in.
I came to accept that although Rerir was my friend in the past, here and now, he was an enemy that though I will never fully understand what happened between us, I could not let this crisis deepen any further. We fought a very necessary battle, and you played your part admirably.
Danke, ich weiß, dass es schwer war, aber du wirst das durchstehen.
Yeah. And if you ever need to talk, just remember, we're always here.
Einmal im Jahr.
I'll do that.
Ist hier denn noch jemand? Nee. Na gut, dann lass uns mit Nefer unterhalten. Halt dich auf, Pfeffer!
Traveler, Paimon, are you recovering well?
viel besser, dank guter Erholung. Du siehst auch gut aus.
Turns out that moon chanter has some real talent after all. My eyes were mostly recovered after just a couple days' rest. I can actually open them again now.
Yeah, but you gotta be careful. Lauma says not to strain your eyes while they're still healing.
Yes, thank you. I'm well aware.
Yehoda, could I borrow you for a moment? I could.
Oh, sure. Coming. Did you hear that? I gotta go help Lauma for a second. You guys chat among yourselves. I'll grab us some drinks on the way back. Paimon, you still like 'em sweet? You bet. Make it extra sweet, cause Paimon's earned it. Sure thing.
Was geht dir durch den Kopf?
The Raker of Solnari. Kind of a snake, don't you think?
In meinen Augen eher wie ein Wolf. Ja, für mich aber ehrlich gesagt auch eher. Oder wie ein Löwe.
No, definitely a snake. A poisonous one who spewed his venomous hatred everywhere.
Na gut, aus dieser Sicht betrachtet.
Anyone who seeks revenge out of hatred for other people has become a snake. That's something my dad used to say.
Ich vermute, es gefiel ihm nicht, wenn Menschen den Weg der Rache einschlüren.
Perhaps. I'm sure it sounds like a very wise and open-hearted perspective to your ears. But me? I think hatred is a perfectly justifiable emotion. What else is left when everything you depended on in life gets stripped away? Something's gotta fuel that drive to keep on living.
Wenn ich mir dein Leben so anschaue, ich sehe vieles, worauf du dich stürzen kannst.
If you're worried about me, you can nip that in the bud. I'm not some... It's just... I suddenly feel like I was wrong to call my father a liar. He was just... Oh, Father. How much better things could have been if you were a skilled liar. Look at the Ibis King. Thoth is a fiendishly cunning liar. And yet, strangely, he feels more like a father to me than my real dad ever was. He's never brought it up, but I'd bet he feels the same way. Why else would he give me the power to perceive the truth, while at the same time training me in the art of deception?
Leider habe ich nie die Stimme des Königs der Ebisse vernommen. Wie ist der eigentlich so?
Well, King Deshret banished him to Aru, which is essentially a prison, and posed 3 questions to him. He promised that he'd have his freedom if he could find the answers. His response was to take on a physical form and approach me, hoping that I could become his envoy and search for one of the answers on his behalf.
Na gut. Und hast du es
Did he
geschafft?
really think I'd fall for that? He's stuck there. He can't make me return what he gave to me.
Klingt, als wäre er doch ganz nett zu dir gewesen. Er klingt definitiv wie Vater.
So that's enough for you to decide he's nice, is it? He's a prisoner, and he was scared. So he decided to perform some good deeds to win people's He lives in fear because he's a deceiver. How is Rerir any different? You can't work as a spy your whole life and expect a happy ending. It's preposterous. Yet I can't say I don't understand it. Liars live in the darkness of their own making. But it's still human nature to want to... They say that a liar's soul is the most worthless thing in the world. What do you think?
Dass die Seele eines Lügners das Wertloseste auf der Welt ist, was glaubst du? Da muss ich widersprechen.
Oh, really? Well, it takes a very kind person to find compassion even for liars.
Ja, vor allen Dingen, du hast nicht gesagt, welche Art von Lüge. Aber, naja. Also ich finde eher Mörder und alles andere als wertlos.
If you ask me, the soul of a liar really is worth nothing. Because all they care about is themselves.
Und Vergewaltiger und Mörder und alles andere. Verbrechen halt. Das ist wertlos für mich. Das sind wertlose Menschen für mich. Und Leute, die hassen.
For example, when something good falls into my lap, I don't go sharing the news around.
Ich ich das Gefühl, dass einige Leute das mitbekommen.
So be it. They have sharp ears. I can't keep anything from them.
Seid ihr jetzt beste Freunde oder was?
Wow, is that what it looks like?
Es sieht so aus, als würdest du anfangen, uns als deine Freunde zu sehen.
Well, you all know my past now. And I can't simply eliminate everyone who knows too much. So I guess I just have to put up with you. For the foreseeable future, at least.
Da sind wir etwa eine kleine Zunde,
When
ne?
you find yourself in a situation you can't control, the safest play is to keep calm and start monitoring everyone involved like a hawk. In the intelligence world, if you understand what's at stake, please ensure my secret is safe with you. I trust you'll respect my wishes as a friend. But don't
Natürlich.
very good.
Oh, wait! Now that the panic's over and we've all calmed down, Paimon suddenly remembered something.
Was?
After all that build-up, our mystery ally never showed up even once.
Und wir haben auch das Raumschiff ganz vergessen. Und schau, aus verblasste Mondlicht. Ein Geräusch kommt aus dem Helden.
Am I imagining things?
Aber könnte uns Marionette geholfen haben? Ja, oder weder. Aber es ist keinen Sinn. Es ergibt hinten und vorne keinen Sinn, wer hierfür zuständig ist.
So, that close colleague who stayed behind with you?
Don't know, don't care. I get more normal human interaction from hanging out with Bosco too than him. Although, now you mention it, he hasn't bothered me in a while.
If he's disappeared without a trace, it's the biggest gift he ever gave to the world. But I somehow doubt that's what's going on.
Wer ist Bosco
He
2?
won't lie low forever.
Muss er auf der Hut bleiben? Wovor? Also hat er etwas mit Sandra zu tun. Na gut. Ja, hör dir an, über was die anderen reden. Ja, mit Neffe haben wir gerade gesprochen, dann sprechen wir vorerst mit den hier.
How have you been holding up? Any adverse reactions? If you start to take a turn for the worse...
You don't need to worry about me, Grandmaster. I'm fine. I mean, I barely did anything, so...
What? You're too humble, young man.
Ja, Parker ist derjenige, der gar nichts gemacht
You
hat.
played an indispensable role in the battle for Nod-Krai. We can't thank you enough for your support. Sometimes, when people praise you, it's because you deserve it. The best thing is to accept it calmly.
Let's do a quick demonstration. Albedo, that was an incredible feat of alchemy. The pressure was on, but you worked flawlessly.
Thank you. I can't take all the credit, though. Durin played a big part in forming the alchemy.
See? Did you catch that? A masterclass in how to take a compliment.
Okay, yeah. I did work pretty hard to help prepare for the battle. No point denying that.
Hey, you guys!
Im Ernst, großartige Arbeit alle miteinander. Ihr habt euch wirklich selbst überzeugt.
Hey, look who's bounced back. Looking good, traveler.
Seems like you've recovered. You won't need to take any more
Can I get you a drink?
Huh? You know how to order at a bar now? You've sure learned a lot recently.
Handling a drinks order is ridiculously simple compared to alchemy. Don't...
Paimon believes it. You're clearly a fast learner. To be totally honest, though, Paimon didn't quite follow all the details when you...
Don't worry, that's completely understandable. Unless you're a student of alchemy, it's hard to grasp the
To put it in the simplest terms, we saw how our enemy stole the power of Kuvaki. And that gave us the idea of stealing his power. When facing an enemy you have no hope of defeating, it's best not to engage. So, instead of looking for a way to overpower him, we decided to help Columbina get strong enough to at least stand up to him in a fight. For this to work, we had to analyze his modes of attack, confirm who his main target was, and make sure, for added security, we prepared a total of 4 arrays. But to mitigate the impact of the battle, we identified one location in particular as the alchemical array absorbed his abyssal power. Then Durin processed it to render it usable by Columbina. That power enabled her to do what would otherwise have been nigh on impossible.
Okay.
What surprised me was that Dainsleif actually agreed to join us. Given his history with Rerir, he had every right to sit this one out. But we're extremely grateful for the decision he made.
Einem ehemaligen Freund überzustehen. So was ist nicht einfach.
It must have been a painful choice to make. But I'm sure that making a decision was
Absolutely. He was torn between two paths, but in the end, he made his choice and stuck to it resolutely. He doesn't strike me as the sort. Anyway, however you cut it, everyone gave a stellar performance.
Na gut. Ist Danes Life überhaupt noch hier? Ich glaube, mittlerweile müsste er ja auch eigentlich weg sein. Na gut, na Vater, haben wir beide hier noch das Vergnügen. Oh, und die kleine Dori.
Ah, Lord Sangama Bay. How lovely. I must thank you for the device you provided. It was an enormous help. Would I be right in thinking that it was developed by the Academia?
Why come and ask me when you clearly know already?
I mostly came to thank you.
That's more like it. A little gratitude goes a long way with Lord Sangama Bay. Play your cards right, and you might even stand a chance of becoming my long-term supplier.
The chance to work with such a kind and charitable investor as yourself.
Huh? Charitable? Who said anything about
Let's see. The first plot of land you purchased in Nod-Krai.
Stop! What do you think you're doing? Exposing...
It's nothing to hide from. They're all perfectly legitimate investments. And some of the land you purchased was with the intent of building a sanctuary? Yes, I heard about that too.
How did you...
You're a curious case, Lord Sangama Bay. You don't like people finding out about your good deeds, do you? But I'm afraid no matter how hard you try to keep things under wraps, where there's a will, there's a way. You did it for Sumeru, didn't you?
It was empty land that was gonna go to waste otherwise. I figured if I built something there, it might at least get some use in an emergency. Disasters are capricious things. They strike without any warning. I've lost family to a disaster before. My elder sister used to dream of finding a sanctuary. Somewhere with plenty of food, water, and medicine. It was something I looked into. But after discussing things with the Dendro Archon, I decided on a more of the tech people handled the tech, and money bags provided the Mora. It just made the most sense.
It's a pity that so few people know the truth about you. Everyone says that you view everything in terms of Mora, and all you care about is growing your...
So? What's the problem with that? Everyone wants to be rich. It's human nature.
But surely you have dreams of your own, beyond just making Mora.
You don't get it, do you? My dream is to invest in other people's dreams. And, you know, make a nice little slice. Just thinking about it makes me happy. That sweet, sweet sound of Mora.
Thank you.
For the device?
And the pendant.
Oh, that. I was just returning a favor.
Seems like we've both been away from home for a very...
Yeah. So long that I barely remember what my family even looked like.
That would be your mother, father, and sister?
Yeah, though it's been years since my sister passed away. It's not like I want to forget them, obviously, but memory can be even more ruthless than the most calculating business person. My sister can't help me now. Slowly but surely, her face is fading from my mind.
Not everything will fade. When loved ones pass away, the beautiful memory...
Yeah, that's true. If you ask me, that's the one silver lining in all of it.
Well, that, plus, I'm sure that life is much better now than it was back...
Oh, absolutely. I have tons of Mora, a big beautiful house, business is booming, and you've got a lot going for you too. Boss of the Curatorium of Secrets? I'm sure there's plenty of Mora to be made in that line of...
I appreciate the vote of confidence.
Okay. Das scheint so, dass wir das Ende dieser Version. Oh.
That's the only reason you're here. Yes. I've thought a lot about it. And I've realized that you, me, and Arlecchino should be friends. I think this is very important. So I felt I had to come and tell you.
Ja, aber wo ist Arlecchino?
Oh, this is a new one. I'm so moved. I can't even hold my teacup. If that That's all. You can leave now.
Do you not want to be friends with me? Or is it that you prefer being co-workers?
What is this, Columbina? Are you deliberately testing my patience threshold? Right now, my politeness module is active. But if you say another word, I swear I'll shut it down.
If your politeness module was active, wouldn't you say the word please at some point?
Polonia, please see Lady Columbina to the door.
Will you still invite me to your next tea party?
What?
Yes, I think you will. Bye-bye, dear Sandrone.
Heiland. Oh, da ist eine Reloculus. Hey, warum kommen die denn dahin? Hast du gerade Besuch? Ich hoffe, ich störe nicht. Bestimmt stören wir. Sie weint
Last
bestimmt
time
jetzt,
the
oder?
Wild Hunt escorted you out. Would you rather I handled it myself this time?
Ja, aber was wollen wir denn jetzt von
We
ihr?
just wanted to, you know, see how you were doing now that it's all over. Why? Out of concern for my safety? I hope you didn't seriously think that the Rayhir of Solnari would be able to lay so much as a finger upon me.
Mostly because you kind of helped us out, so we just wanted to check you were okay. Looks like all your robots are fixed, huh?
Ich sehe Bücher und Teetassen auf dem Tisch. Nachmittagstee, also stören wir doch.
Oh, don't you worry about that. Tea time is already a write-off. The visitor before you managed. If you're in the mood for tea, go ahead and help yourself. My coasters are still missing in action, though. Use this notebook instead.
Whoa! Pretty hefty notebook. Look at all those calculations.
You can ignore those. They're just dumb scribblings. I doodle and write in my free time. Sometimes I remember the distant, dreamlike past. Sometimes I imagine the far-flung future. And other times, I grit my teeth and note down all the crazy nonsense going on in the present. Some people do the crosswords in the newspaper. This is my equivalent of that. Trying to predict the future is like daydreaming. And writing about the present just makes me furious. The past is my favorite. If nothing else, it's already set in stone, so I don't have to rack my brain, huh? Although, having said that, the only vaguely interesting memory in my past is probably that guy they call Lord Artificer.
Ja, der wunderlichen Maschinen, du meinst Alan Loyalty.
Who else? Pretty much all the mecha in Fontaine are his personal handiwork.
Wait, are you saying you know him? Like, personally?
Aber was wollen wir
As a
von dem
friend?
Kerl wissen?
I mean, I guess we were friendly enough.
Du hast ihn also tatsächlich gesagt. Aber er hat doch vor Hunderten von Jahren gelebt.
Yep. In fact, I'm probably the only normal person left who knew him at all.
Das kann ja gar nicht
We
sein.
used to chat occasionally back when he was still around. Before he passed away, he asked me to destroy all his manuscripts.
Aber du hast sie behalten und
I
modifiziert.
honored his request, but I did read through everything first before destroying them. I mean, I couldn't let the genius of Lord Artificer Alain Guillotin disappear like that. Would have been such a waste.
So, that's where the formulas in your notebook?
I just told you. Those are my equivalent of crossword puzzles. They're just dumb formulas that Alain's work was like epic poetry. The formulas in my notebook are just... Not that there's anything bad about them. I mean, at least, solving those riddles isn't going to hurt anyone. Anyway, while we're on the topic, I might as well tell you about what happened to him and his friends. Alain Guillotin had two close buddies, Renee and Jacob. They spent their childhood years together in the Narzissenkreuz Institute.
Ah. Das stammt von einer Weltquest, aber warum ist das jetzt wichtig?
They were all quite competitive, so there was some rivalry between them. But it was a friendly rival. But beneath the friendship and the rivalry ran something deeper. A sense, unfortunately, childhood would end. The prophecy would come true. The apocalypse would arrive. And the future would never be.
Oh mein Gott, ist das kleine Mädchen da hinten Central?
A mad dream that would normally only capture the minds of lunatics begin to take root in their hearts. A dream of saving the... And if Renee and Alain had been people of lesser wits, that dream would probably have ended up... But alas, they were some of the sharpest minds around. They nurtured that dream with the full power of their intellect. And the first of them to fall under its spell was Renee. Against Alain's wishes, He persisted in experimenting on a mutual friend of theirs to try and save their life. Alain did not approve and parted ways with Renee. It's complicated. Alain wanted to believe that Renee only did what he did for the sake of their friendship. But when he told me about what happened, perhaps the seed that would grow into a nightmare had already sprouted in Renee's mind. Even then, the next time they met, Renee's soul had been completely engulfed by the dream of salvation. His futile attempt to change the tide of fate only resulted in a wave that swallowed. And although that wave died down eventually, I hear that it just recently came back with a vengeance. As I understand, Renee wanted to live out his dream of salvation once, but I'm told that the attempted resurgence finally died out for good. At long last, Renee awoke from his deluded... What do you think of Renee?
No.
Do you admire his transcendent genius? His view that any price was worth paying to achieve the lofty goal of saving the world?
Boah, also ich kann mich kaum noch an die Quest erinnern.
Or do you despise him? Dismiss him as an evil madman who wrought havoc on the lives of everyone around him. Same difference, really. Just a matter of perspective.
Ich bewundere ihn. Ich will keinerlei Bewunderung für ihn. Ich bin mir da nicht ganz sicher. Ja, ich glaube, das ist... Also, wenn die Leute zu Schaden gekommen sind, absichtlich, dann natürlich die zweite, aber man kann nicht in die Köpfe reingucken, nicht was.
What a cop-out. But I suspect you'd have a more incisive and insightful answer if we dug into it further.
Was ist mit dir? Was denkst du über Renee? Warum ist das jetzt wichtig?
I don't like fanatics who give up their whole lives for their ideology. Nor do I like fools who let their Maybe I could understand if Renee had just been an ordinary person. But he had a sage-like intellect. And anyway, that's enough about Renee. Now, moving on to Alain Guillaume. He managed to put a stop to the first storm whipped up by Renee. To his credit, I suppose, the loss of his family and friends was purely a tragic accident. It's not like Alain sacrificed them for his cause. Or after that, the only thing supporting his work was the same dream that had dragged his... But although the desire to save Fontaine drove him to found the Fontaine Research Institute, Alain continued to reject any form of transcendental knowledge or power. I think that formulas and machines derived solely from human intellect. Yet Alain's intellect was simply too great. Once he realized that the end of his life was approaching, he finally accepted the truth. The Nod-Krai Institute needed someone, and he quit working on his formulas, trading them in for the fairy tales that had played such a formative role in his childhood. He told me that the director of the Nod-Krai Institute used to read those fairy tales to the children as bedtime stories. Apparently, they worked wonders at sending kids off to sleep.
Wie oft das Wort
I
Narzisstenkreuz
think that
gesagt
all
wird.
he wanted at that time in his life was to be able to sleep deeply without being plagued by depression. By that point, at the very end, he laid down to rest in the ruins of the former Nod-Krai Institute orphanage. While the Fontaine... Many years after that, tensions over competing dreams would once again cause a rift. This time between members of the Fontaine And that is the story of two people from the Nod-Krai Institute, who both one went all in on his fantasy of salvation without ever looking back, and ended up... The other sought desperately to burn bright in his life. Even though... I do sometimes wonder, why is it that people... Even the grandest tree starts as a tiny seed? So perhaps, for each of them, their mission to save the... They were young children with friends and family who mattered to them. Desires to explore the meaning of life. Ambitions to... Or maybe they just wanted to find something to anchor themselves within the chaos. To stop them... But instead, the search for their own salvation took them down the rocky road laid out by fate. Do you think the desire to save oneself is enough of a justification to try and save the world?
Glaubst du, dass der Wunsch, sich selbst zu retten, als rechte Ausrichtung um zu versuchen, die Welt zu retten? Ja, das glaube ich.
The way you said that sounded just like Alain. I asked him the same question back when he was in his prime. Putting all of his in, he gave the exact same answer as you did. No elaboration. Just a quick short answer before getting right back. All right, tea time's over. I owe Arlecchino a favor for telling me these stories. I'll have to bring a whole sack of gifts the next time I visit the House of the Hearth. I'm gonna go tinker with Polonia now. You guys can do whatever you want, as long as it doesn't involve interrupting me. Polonia, exit hibernation mode. Begin diagnostic.
Ja, aber warum war das wichtig? Das verstehe ich jetzt irgendwie gerade nicht. Aber egal. Okay, damit ist jetzt auch die Geschichte hier vorbei für dieses Update. Sehr seltsames Ende. Sehr seltsames Ende. Ja, hübsch aus. Verblasste Mondlicht. Sehr schön. Da haben wir auch wieder was für uns. Nun gut, Leute. Ich muss sagen, ich glaube, das ist das beste Update, was Genshin Impact je bekommen hatte. Meiner Meinung nach. Oh, auch ein neues Event ist hier. Nicht gut. Und, also das beste Update war so in Konkurrenz gesehen mit Rivalry Waves diesen Monat. Dann, wenn ihr die Animation da gesehen habt und die Bosskämpfe und die Story, kann es nicht ganz mithalten. Aber dennoch, meiner Meinung nach, das beste Genshin Impact Update. Ich würde sagen, eine 8,5. Punktabzug gibt es, weil, jetzt so am Ende, was hatte das jetzt mit dem großen Ganzen zu tun? Die Geschichte des Narzissenkreuz. Und halt die Neferbox Backstory, die war ein bisschen langweilig. Also da gibt es Punktabzüge in der B-Note, aber dennoch richtig krass. Und ich hoffe, Review kommt nochmal wieder zurück. Da gibt es noch einiges zu erleben, meiner Meinung nach. Oder sind wir jetzt mit Nod-Krai so ziemlich fertig und gehen jetzt so Richtung Snatch-Naya oder keine Ahnung. Also, Varka hat ja schon ein Gebiet angekündigt, dieses Arakutusa oder so. Ob das noch zu Nod-Krai gehört oder nicht, werden wir sehen. Na gut, Leute, ich verabschiede mich heute. Wir sehen uns. Bis dann und ciao.